followed my husband to catch him cheating and found something much worse. It started with his phone. Jake had always left it face up on the counter, unlocked, boring. Then suddenly he was taking it everywhere. Bathroom, backyard, to check the grill, even to bed after I fell asleep. When I asked about it, he got defensive. Why are you tracking my phone usage? That's controlling. I wasn't tracking anything. I just noticed. Then came the late nights. 3 times a week, sometimes 4. Work project, he'd say. Big deadline. But Jake was a middle school gym teacher. What deadlines? I called the school once. The secretary laughed. Oh, honey. Everyone leaves by 4:30 this time of year. My stomach dropped. I started watching closer. He showered the second he got home before even saying hello. His clothes went straight into the wash. He smelled like expensive cologne I'd never bought him. He cleared the GPS history every night. I checked. One Tuesday, I pretended to have a migraine and went to bed early. Listened to him creep out at 9:47 p.m. My hands were shaking as I watched his taillights disappear. I gave him 5 minutes, then followed. I should have called someone. My sister. A friend. But I wanted to see it myself. Needed to know who she was. He drove to the old industrial district near the river. Empty warehouses, broken streetlights. My heart was pounding so hard I could barely breathe. Maybe this wasn't an affair. Maybe drugs, gambling. Jake parked behind a warehouse with boarded windows. I killed my lights and watched from a block away. He sat in his car for 3 minutes checking his phone. Then a black Mercedes pulled up. A woman got out. I couldn't see her face, but I could see she was young, thin, long dark hair, wearing a red coat. She walked to Jake's passenger window. They talked. Then she got in his car. My vision blurred. I wanted to run over there and rip open the door, but my legs wouldn't move. I just sat there, gripping the steering wheel so tight my fingers went numb, watching my husband with another woman in a dark parking lot at 10:06 p.m. They talked for maybe 10 minutes. Jake's hands moved, animated, like he was explaining something. Then she pulled out a manila envelope and handed it to him. He opened it, pulled out papers, started signing them. Papers? What kind of affair involves paperwork? Then 3 more cars pulled into the lot. An old Jeep, a white van, a Toyota truck. People got out and walked toward Jake's car. The woman in the red coat got out and waved them over. This wasn't an affair. This was a meeting. But what kind? Jake got out and shook hands with everyone. They were laughing, hugging. One guy was crying. I didn't understand. My throat was so tight I could barely breathe. Then Jake opened his trunk. The overhead light came on and I finally saw what was inside. Blankets, coats, sleeping bags, industrial-sized bags of socks, cases of Gatorade. He started handing things out. They were taking armfuls, stuffing things into backpacks and trash bags. These weren't co-workers or mistresses. They were homeless. The woman in the red coat was organizing everything, checking items off a clipboard. Jake talked to each person individually, asking questions, writing in a notebook. Then he pulled out his wallet and started handing people cash, $20 bills. I watched him give away at least $300. One man hugged Jake so hard they both almost fell over. Jake was crying now too. I couldn't move, couldn't process what I was seeing. The meeting lasted another 20 minutes. Jake gave away everything in his trunk. The woman in the red coat stayed behind. They talked. She hugged him, got in her Mercedes, and drove away. Jake sat in his car alone for a long time, just sitting there in the dark. That's when I finally understood why he was hiding this, why he lied, why he showered immediately when he got home. He didn't want me to know he was spending our money this way. Hundreds of dollars every week. Money we didn't have extra of. Money I would have argued about. Money I would have said we needed for our own bills. I drove home and pretended to be asleep when he got back at 11:43 p.m. Heard him shower. Smelled the Irish Spring soap. Listened to him slide into bed carefully. The next morning I checked our bank account. He'd been pulling out $400 in cash every week for 7 months. That's $11,200 gone. I confronted him that night, told him I knew everything. He went pale. I can explain. You've been spending our savings on homeless people. He nodded slowly, started to speak. I cut him off. I want a divorce. His face crumpled. I know it was wrong to lie, but not because of the money, because you thought I was the kind of person who would stop you.